Subscribe to Ybcbenji.
What is good, YouTube? You're back, another video, man, and today gonna be learning some shit today, you know what I'm saying? I know usually my reaction videos, you feel me, ain't much learning involved, you feel what I'm saying? So I decided to switch it up today, because I told y'all niggas I want to react to different videos, you see what I'm saying? I don't want to just be a basketball reaction type of nigga. We're gonna be reacting to all types of shit, bro. So I've been, you know what I'm saying, on TikTok, and you know what I'm saying, just kind of scrolled up on my feed, you know what I'm saying? It's about a certain man. Now I'm gonna let y'all read this title. It's about Fred Hampton, man, you see what I'm saying? So we gonna learn some shit, you see what I'm saying? Because I don't know much about him. Yeah, I probably don't know much about him. So hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing to go educate the youth, you know what I'm saying, and whoever watching me. I got the glasses on today to look a little bit, you know what I'm saying, studious, you know what I'm saying? We gonna find out and we gonna learn some shit about Fred Hampton, man. So got my dog in the background too. I appreciate you for being quiet, you know what I'm saying? But it's, you know what I'm saying, my boy is in the cut, you feel what I'm saying? He here today, and we also,
I was letting you get your intro in, you feel me?
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother, man, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna learn some shit, you know what I'm saying, I'm always gonna put my brothers on, you know what I'm saying? Jordan, you should know a little bit about Fred Hampton. I'm pretty sure you know a decent amount. You know what I'm saying? So I did a little bit of teeny tiny research, but not too much, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these are coming out. And sub up too. We've been going crazy recently, you know what I'm saying? Especially
Before I get on that.
Alright, man, let's get to the video. I'm interested, man. See what's going on.
December 4th, 1969.
I like this.
Akua Njeri was 19 years old and sleeping next to her fiance, the Illinois Black Panther Party chairman, Fred Hampton.
The next thing I remember was someone in our room shaking Chairman Fred. Chairman, wake up, wake up. Plaster was flying off the wall. You could smell the cordite from the gunshot. If you've ever been under gunfire, 5 minutes is 5 hours. To you, it seems like forever. The shooting started back again. Then another voice unfamiliar to me said, "He's good and dead now." I knew they were talking about Chairman Fred.
Fred Hampton was murdered by his government. But before that, he was a leader in a movement practicing a new kind of activism. A movement targeted because of its power to unite people.
Yo, ain't that crazy though, chat? That like a lot of our leaders have been like murdered, you know what I'm saying, off of some shit like the US government. I don't find that crazy. Crazy, bro. But I'm jacking this whole like
1964 as a historic year in race relations. On July 2nd, President Johnson signed into law the Civil Rights Act. It was the strongest.
In the 1960s, racial progress in the US was at a turning point. Activists won major civil rights victories, and the era of Jim Crow laws came to an end. But at the end of the decade, there were still deep social and economic gaps for Black people across the country. Black Americans continued to face high poverty, poor housing, and unemployment, and they still had little to no political representation. These disparities and an increase in brutal police violence led to uprisings across the country. Many young Black activists.
Yo, that's the thing too. I don't know why they got all these things in black and white, bro. They had color back then.
It's just the opposite of being a white man. That's about the best I can abbreviate that for you.
They put it in black and white to try to
of
make
an
it seem
unarmed
like
Black
it was
teen
so
in
long
San Francisco.
ago. That's what they did.
Two activists in Oakland, California, Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton, founded what was initially called the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Newton had studied law and knew it was legal to carry arms in California as long as they were not concealed. The Panthers began to patrol their communities. As the movement grew, several highly publicized confrontations with police would bring about mainstream awareness of the Black Panther Party. The allegations in these confrontations were serious, but the public accounts of them were typically one-sided and shaped largely by police. Media coverage depicted party members as a caricature of black militancy.
So they've been killing officers
The Black
back
Panther
then. We need to
Party
get back
was
on what they was
portrayed.
on.
What you say?
They was getting right and getting in the field and killing these officers that was doing bad. We need to get back to what they was on.
You know what's crazy too? Like, a lot of killings, bro, black people haven't even like retaliated to like half of the shit that was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we rarely ever retaliate for real, which is the crazy part. But yes, dude, like, they label us like a certain way.
It's the threat. It's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
We're the threat, but we the ones that been fighting for our lives just damn near the whole time.
And still to this day, you know what I'm saying? They I don't know, man. You know, the world is a fucked up place nowadays, chat. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. Like, the shit that's going on, especially now, especially with the whole government and shit, man. Like, we just, I don't know, man.
As a marauding gang, they say their goal was to kill all the white people.
In reality, the Panthers did call for radical change.
What they were hoping for was a revolution to overthrow the capitalist enterprise.
But what they called revolution might not actually sound so radical today.
Focused on socialism as a way of solving economic needs. They looked to places like Canada, which always had a democratic political system, but the economic system has always been socialism. So they want a democratic socialist country here in the United States, which they saw as a more equitable, more humane system.
They released a 10-point plan for broad social reform that called for an end to police brutality and for black employment, housing, education, and freedom from prison and jails.
Still fighting these shits.
Chapters
I
began
was just
forming
about to
across
say
the
that.
country.
Like, yo, history really, like, repeats itself, bro. That's so
They started
crazy.
to implement social programs,
Like, we still
which
go
they
back-
called
this shit.
survival.
Go back to what?
Like, go to the map. All right, now let it go for a little bit. I want to see where that red dot is near our area. Kind of
They-
close. That's close.
I can't really. Arizona, New Mexico. Around here should be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be around here. This looks like Maine. Or Maine might be up here. Actually, Maine is up here. This might be.
Might be us.
It might be
Like,
New York.
down
for
right
real.
below. Right below is like.
That might be New York.
That might be. Yeah, that might be New York.
I think it really might be New York.
Yeah, we're a little higher, I think.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're
maybe.
like, I believe, right here. Somewhere around here. I can't really tell because the way how the map looks. So, yeah, bro. But I wouldn't be surprised if this little dot is New York.
Started to
I would not be
implement
surprised.
social programs, which they called survival programs.
The Panthers would say, put that theory into practice. If you really want to change minds, and you really want to meet the people where they are, you have to give them the services which they need.
The programs included food and clothing drives, free health clinics, and sickle cell disease testing, and were funded largely by volunteers and donations from businesses. One of their biggest
Yo,
programs
you know what I
was a
noticed though,
free
chat?
breakfast
Everybody
for
had that
children
little fro,
initiative.
man.
Here we are living in
A little full
1966, 67, is the
Because they
most
embraced
wealthy
their hair.
nation
Yeah,
in the world.
that was the thing back in
And
the
kids were
day.
going to school hungry, especially in African American communities. So one of the first
No
community service
cut,
programs
straight-
were free
straight
breakfast
fro.
for school children.
And all the children had to do was come.
It was during
She's
this
still
time
rocking that
that
fro.
Akua and Jerry, then known as Deborah Johnson,
She look good
Met
for her
Fred
age,
Hampton.
y'all, though.
I was a student at Wright City College, and Chairman Fred had come up to the school to speak, and he said, at the breakfast program, we feeding over 3,000 children a week. We're serious about making power to the people of reality. We're not just sitting up here jaw-jabbing and talking shit, you know. We about work. And I said, damn, we serious about this business.
Fred
Gotcha.
Hampton grew up in Maywood, Illinois,
Boots on
just
the
west of
ground, feel
downtown
me?
Chicago. He became president of his local NAACP Youth Council in 1967 at 19 years old. Shortly after, he was recruited by a founder of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party.
I think he was so young, too.
Bro, he younger than us.
Because of his charismatic skills, he quickly rise to the top of the crop.
Here he is at age 21,
like a grown-ass
building and
man.
leading the Illinois
Powerful
chapter of the
ass
Black Panther
word.
Party.
Soon after they met, and Jerry and Hampton became a couple.
Anybody that has met him or heard him speak, they say He wasn't bullshitting. He was for real.
You have to understand, the people have to pay the price.
Really out here putting boots on the
You dare
ground.
struggle, you dare to win. If you dare not to struggle, then goddamn it, you don't deserve to win. Let me say peace to you if you're willing to fight for it.
Chicago, in particular, was a place where the party's ideals especially resonated. It was then the second largest American city, and due
Low-key, I want to turn it down just to make sure you can hear our voices.
to decades of discriminatory policies, also one of the most segregated. Chicago's mayor at the time, Richard J. Daley, opposed neighborhood integration. And in the 1950s, the city had begun to redevelop certain neighborhoods.
Yo, you know what's so crazy though? That like I never really understood though. Like,
Why?
yeah, like why? Like the thing is though,
Why
like
did they hate us so much?
the thing is though, I just never really understood. It's like, yo, like, you know, and it's about the whole division thing and as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole race shit too. Like me personally, I believe like you know when you like apply to jobs and you gotta like choose a race shit, bro. Like way how I see it, bro, we a human race, bro. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what color you are, nigga, it don't fucking matter to me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a human race. And I feel like they use that like race card to try to like divide us even more, you know what I'm saying? Which is I don't know. It's fucked up, but I never understood like you gonna deny somebody just because of the color of their skin. But I don't know. That whole shit is just childish to me. But still fighting it to this day, man. Shit crazy.
Pushing low-income residents out and into densely packed, high-rise
Shit
public
is weird,
housing
man.
in already overcrowded neighborhoods. Black people were pushed primarily to the south and west side of Chicago. A large Puerto Rican population was here in Lincoln Park, and poor white people were
I need to go to
concentrated
Chicago
here
though.
in
I'm not gonna
Uptown.
lie. I gotta see how that shit
These
is.
groups all faced similar problems.
They all had dilapidated schools. They all had dilapidated homes. They were all being drafted into Vietnam. Very few of those communities had health care.
In 1969, Hampton led the Panthers towards an unexpected alliance, a coalition of activists working across racial lines against a corrupt city government that threatened their communities.
We're going to fight racism, not racism, but we're going to fight with solidarity.
What they had in common was their poverty. So they was building a revolution based on class solidarity that transcends race, that they all had the same hell to pay.
Hampton named the group the Rainbow Coalition. It included the Black Panthers, a Puerto Rican
Rainbow
group
Coalition
called
is
the Young
crazy.
Lords, and a group called the Young Patriots, made up of largely poor white migrants from Appalachia who had moved to Chicago seeking economic opportunity.
We don't hate the motherfucking white people, we hate the oppressor, whether he be white, black, brown, or yellow. So we got to know that.
I don't mean sing Kumbaya and make a quilt. I'm talking about bringing them together on common things they could unite on. Not everything, but who could say that children do not deserve to have a healthy meal?
We work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We're not a racist organization because we understand that racism is an excuse used for capitalism.
Hampton
Yo,
and
you know
other
what's crazy?
Panthers
I got a lot to say about that. I've heard that saying so many times, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the clip that I've seen on TikTok. Because sometimes the clips be popping up on my TikTok and shit. That's the clip that I've seen. And I've been hearing a lot more people saying stuff like that. And low-key, I did Google the word, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. The definition of the word low-key is what's going on when it comes to the, you know what I'm saying, that sort of community. So it I don't know, man. What's your thoughts still, Jory? What you got to say, man? Because so far, at least.
Nah, shit, I'm listening. I'm trying to learn everything I can.
Yeah, man. I did see a lot of that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
helped the Young Lords
they're
and
kinda
Young
the same thing.
Patriots launch their own social programs.
And looking
They
at the
organized
definition, chat,
protests
is
together.
hard to say, you know.
And
it's
it
not
was
the same.
working. Members were traveling across the country to organize Rainbow Coalition chapters.
Particularly where Black Panther chapters were, but also in these rural white communities as well, to bring the revolution to bear. This blows people's minds. These people are not supposed to get along, but here they are operating as brothers of the struggles, as revolutionaries against the capitalist structure. And that was the threat to the state at the local level, but also at the national level.
In 1968, The FBI had sent around this internal memo. It outlined goals to prevent the coalition of militant black nationalist groups and prevent the rise of a messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. It wasn't written about Hampton specifically, but by 1969,
Chairman Fred Hampton was the one that fit the bill.
The revolution was in the air. And the ways in which the Panthers was able to transcend those racial lines, especially their charismatic leadership of one like Fred Hampton, they saw him as a greater threat even than Martin Luther King or Malcolm X ever was.
Yo,
in one
and that is so crazy to me. Bro is 20
You know
years
why,
old.
You know why though? He's actually putting niggas boots on the ground, soldiers on the ground with big ass ARs and shit in their hands, shotguns, everything.
And mind you, chat, bro is 20 years old doing this. 20 years old. Like, he out there really putting boots to the ground, bro.
I don't even think he was 20 at the time right now. Might have been
He's 21 he died, right? Or 21. It's one of the two. Man, that's, boy.
GI memo about the Black Panthers breakfast program.
Shit crazy, though. Bigger threat than MLK
was to poison minds with anti-white propaganda and indoctrinate youngsters in hate and violence.
The FBI, under the leadership of J. Edgar Hoover, had deemed the Black Panther Party as the #1 threat to the internal security of this country.
The FBI operated a counterintelligence program called COINTELPRO. It was a program that targeted dissident political groups in the U.S. Their methods typically went outside the law.
They were using tactics such as assassination, discrediting false narratives. They were falsely putting people in prison and exile, which were all illegal.
Several Black Panthers were killed or imprisoned, including the party co-founders. In Chicago, the party was also targeted by Mayor Daley and the Chicago police.
Our office was burned down at least 3 times. People would disappear. You never see their bodies again.
Before you go to bed tonight, I am a revolutionary. Make that the last word. In case you don't wake up, then somebody might believe it and you might, end up in what they call a revolutionary happy hunting grounds.
Hampton, a rising star at just 21 years old, knew he was a target too. He'd been arrested in 1968 for allegedly robbing an ice cream truck and handing out $71 of ice cream. In 1969, he was sentenced to 2 to 5 years in prison. He appealed and was released on bond, but lost the appeal. He'd have to return to prison by December 6th.
That's crazy, bro. To lock him up.
On December 4th, around 4 a.m., 14 Chicago police officers arrived outside Hampton's apartment on Chicago.
Wait. So, they killed him December 4th before he was...
Yo.
Nah,
I'm not jacking that, bro.
See?
Like, why not just let him go to jail? Because they know if he would have went to jail, he would have got out and came on to some even other shit. You feel me?
That's crazy. I don't know why the fuck Siri. My fault, yeah. I'm looking this way. I don't know why the fuck Siri. Hey, boy, what the fuck going on, bro? I ain't even finna, you know what I'm saying?
West Side.
But 2 days before he's supposed to...
Hampton,
I'm not jacking
Jerry,
that, bud.
And 7 other Panthers were asleep.
That's crazy.
I was very pregnant, and the first thing I remember was Chairman Fred had fell asleep while talking on the phone. The next thing I remember was someone in our room started shaking the chairman. Chairman, wake up, the pigs are vamping. And I'm seeing Chairman Fred look up, and then he laid his head back down real slow.
Officers kicked open the door and shot Mark Clark, a visitor from another party chapter. They shot a sleeping 18-year-old named Brenda Harris. Then they shot in the direction of Hampton's bed.
The mattress is just going. You can feel the bullets going into it.
I had moved over on top of Chairman Fred because there was shooting into our mattress. The person that had come into the room kept shouting, "Stop shooting, stop shooting. We have a pregnant sister in here." Eventually, the shooting stopped.
And Jerry was forced into the kitchen when she heard another voice.
Someone said he's barely alive.
He'll barely make it. I assume they were talking about Chairman Fred. Pig said, "He's good and dead now."
As they took me out and jammed a revolver to my stomach as I was handcuffed behind my back, I didn't look towards our bedroom because I didn't know what I would see or how I would respond.
That's so crazy, bro.
The police fired nearly 100 shots. Fred Hampton.
Yo, bro, do you know how crazy that is? No, that's the bed. Yo!
No.
Clark were dead. The 7 surviving Panthers were arrested. And police smiled as they removed Hampton's body from...
Yo, that's not crazy.
Like, look at their eyes. You could tell they they evil, bro.
Yo, that's not crazy. First of all, how the fuck you gonna arrest me? Well, you came into my motherfucking shit and start blowing. How the fuck you gonna arrest me? I'm trying to tell y'all, boy. This, hey.
The scene.
You know, too. You know. On some real shit though. You know, because I did hear some shit
But if they would have killed the police, they would have been wrong.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. But you know, I was gonna say, like, technically we damn near not even supposed to be on this land. So when sometimes, bro, when shit be happening like this, gang, you know, it's just like, bro, like, not this specifically, but when shit throughout the world be happening, I'm just like, bro, hey, sometimes I just refer to that, bro, like, hey, some shit is just cursed, gang. Like, hey, after the shit that these people done did, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? These niggas been wildin' though. Like, shit is disgusting, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
The Chicago police and the state's attorney's office quickly shaped the narrative
to
call it a gunfight, a battle, and a shootout.
Officers involved in the raid testified that they were fired on from 4 different rooms in the apartment by shotgun.
Before I could get past the threshold, there were 3 shots fired from the rear bedroom.
They played back a story that you could not even fathom. They gave a fictional account of what happened. Again, vilifying the Black Panther Party.
I mean, they were firing at police.
Yes, sir. We saw the shots coming out of the 2 bedrooms.
This attack by the Black Panthers on the police
and
clearly demonstrates
bro.
the true character of the Black Panther Party.
But experts and lawyers hired by the Panthers, along with other journalists, inspected the crime scene.
So imagine, chat, right? Imagine a nigga really coming into your home, right? You know what I'm saying? With hella people that you got going on. Let's just say specifically family and friends. You know what I'm saying? And a group of police officers come out and start blitzing shit. And then they try to motherfucking fabricate what the fuck actually happened, bro. How would you feel, gang? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, gang.
Like, even opened the apartment so that anyone.
And this has been done. This has been done more times.
A drastically different picture emerged. It was clear that the police had fired unprovoked. Of the nearly 100 shots fired, only one possible shot could have come from a Panther's
nasty,
gun,
bro.
likely from Mark Clark at the front door. The bullet holes that the police said came from Black Panthers were nail heads.
Bro, hold on, bro. Why the fuck is this? Hold on.
Also emerged that the FBI had assisted Chicago police with the raid. The FBI had an informant within the Black Panther Party named William O'Neill.
Nah. O'Neill? I hope he's not related to Shaquille O'Neal.
Hell nah, he not. No way, right? Hell nah. Yo, you know what's crazy too, chat? You know, and it be your own niggas, bro.
His bodyguard, chief of security.
Chief of security done slimed you out. A nigga that you put faith
Your personal bodyguard.
There's got to be a deeper story though. There has to be. But shit like this does happen often.
Want to be
who would
with the
become
white
chief
man
of
so
security
bad.
and Hampton's bodyguard.
Slime out your own
O'Neill
brother.
had provided the FBI with a hand-drawn
And you
floor
gave
plan
him
of the
the
apartment,
you gave him
which
the
FBI then gave to
blueprints.
Chicago police. And evidence strongly
I'm
suggests
not
that
jacking
before
that
the raid, O'Neill had drugged Hampton. In the year
So hold on.
That's why he raised his head and what kind of laid back down.
Yeah, this all makes sense. So wait.
If not, he would have been blowing that shit.
Yo, so you drug me? Slime me out. Give niggas the blueprints to get me killed. And you supposed to be the nigga that I trust, gang? Bro. You know, that does make a lot of sense, though. That's why this nigga, he probably couldn't get up. They laced him with whatever the fuck. I wonder if you're going to show, like, the autopsy or, like, the reporting or anything like that.
Years after Hampton's assassination, the police and the FBI continued to imprison dozens of party members across the country. The official Black Panther Party would continue to exist until 1982, but membership decreased dramatically, and it would never be the same.
And I hope that each one of you will be able to die in the international proletarian revolutionary struggle, or even be able to live in it. And I think that struggle is going to come. Why don't you live for the people? Why don't you struggle for the people? Why don't you die for the people?
Fred Hampton wanted revolution. Those in power wanted to destroy him.
At 21 years old, chat.
But they weren't totally successful.
Chairman Fred lives. You know what I'm saying? Through the military assault, through the destruction of the party as an organization itself, you know, by the state, the legacy of the party is still here.
Today, the work of Fred Hampton is alive through some of the same programs that marked him as a threat.
Many of the programs that the Panthers created are now staples of our society.
Yo,
we didn't have.
And imagine, right? Like the yo, like can you just imagine, like chat? Because I don't know why. Hold on, y'all gonna understand the reason why I brought this point back up. What race is this woman? If you would have just guessed, white, right?
I was just thinking of the damn. They all sitting
sitting at the table, eating, chilling, knowing that like a black man had to die for some shit like this, gang. And this is what the fuck he was pushing. I ain't gonna lie, I'm fake mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Programs that the
I'm
Panthers
mad, bro.
created are now.
I'm a little mad, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like
prior to
that's
the Black Panther
because I didn't even know he did some
program.
shit like this.
Those free clinics, almost every major
That's
college
crazy,
campus
bro.
got a free legal aid clinic. The ways in which sickle cell testing is now respected as a disease by the CDC and others. None of that stuff existed before the party. I think that's revolutionary.
The history of the Black Panther Party is going toe-to-toe with this government will never die. Never die.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Thanks for watching this video.
This is a good ass video though.
About
I ain't gonna lie. But I definitely got to do my research about what more this man had done, you know what I'm saying? Because I know this video ain't get the full shit, so it's just, this is crazy, bro.
Not even just him, Huey P, a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, it wasn't only him, I know that for a fact, but like still, bro. Bro, this nigga
Sources Fred Hampton Jr.
I forgot he bro. I wonder what his son doing. I really do wonder. I ain't gonna lie. If they got any videos about bro's son, I'm a def react to it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I low-key do want to see what he up to now. see what he on and see what he doing. So Ybcbenji, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Definitely expect a lot more videos like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and subscribe if you new. Reaction videos ain't gonna stop. Appreciate y'all for the love y'all have been showing me. Appreciate my nigga Jari in the cut for reacting to this video with me. You see what I'm saying? So definitely a lot more of this videos coming out, chat. So you know, cause I always like to learn and shit like that. You feel me? So appreciate y'all boys, and I'm out. Safety.
I smoke out the pound, bitch, I'm geek. Big ass bags to fill up the crib. You know the only last me a few weeks. Go straight to the top, you can't handle the pressure. Look down and then start to say it look too steep. I can float on the cloud, don't wanna come down. I'm watching them gather just to hear me preach. All this money around, I still hold it down just cause I got niggas that look up to me. I won't stop till they lay comfortably. If I say it, they gon' hunt for me. This shit real, ain't no subtlety. You don't listen. I've been saying you can't fuck with me.